Hey everybody, Chikara Gust here, tuning in with you guys to look at the handstand in terms of committing to a 5-minute daily practice. This is something that I've done personally as well. The pattern is very simple. It's 5 minutes. First minute you're handstanding, second minute you're sitting into a squat, third minute you're handstanding, fourth minute sitting into a squat, and fifth minute, you guessed it, handstanding again. Now, I did this personally at the time that I did it always kicking up back to the wall. If I could redo it, I would probably vary that a bit and have some more wall-facing handstands, so demonstrating what to think about when you're doing those two positions. First, I'll go ahead and start with kicking up to the wall. So here, when I'm kicked up to the wall, the only contact points are my hands on the ground, my legs are together, and my heels are touching the wall. So I'm not leaning into the wall with my butt or my back or getting loose here, not looking bad or not looking good there. I'd much rather want to have that kind of coordinated full body tension, toes pointed, heels touching the wall, and hands planted on the ground. From there, without kicking off the wall, I can squeeze, use my body position, use my spine position, to let my feet float from the wall. And while this position is slightly hyperextended, otherwise known as the banana handstand, what this is teaching you is to use your hands, to use your wrists and your wrist flexors, the muscles of your forearm, to control your position to the degree that you can. So there is value to the kick up to handstand, and we can talk another time about banana-shaped handstand versus a perfectly straight handstand. Now, if you do want to build that straight handstand or want to incorporate that training into it, then you can work on wall facing. So I'll bring you around a little bit more of a side view here so you can see what's going on. Now from here, you can do your basic wall walk. And what you're learning, the rack is slightly in the way, but bear with me. What you're learning when you do a wall-facing handstand, again, the only points of contact are my hands and then the tops of my feet touching the wall. And from here, I can use the wall as a reference point of a straight body. And the value then comes in from floating slightly away from the wall and testing that balance. For some people, that's a little freaky. Now, if you just need to stay against the wall, that's great. Just bear in mind, it is only 2 contact points. It's your hand, or 2 basic contact points. It's your hands on the floor and the backs of your feet, your toes touching the wall. Toes are pointed, of course. You have some other hand balancing options that will teach you great principles. The main one I would say is working on pro as well. That's one way that I think many people would benefit to vary their practice. So in pro, again, you're using your hands, you're using your wrist flexors to control your position. You have 2 basic options. One is elbows inside of knees, one is knees on top of elbows. I currently do knees on top of elbows. But again, I'm getting that sense that I can press my fingers into the ground to control that position. Now, even though I have those anchor points on my knees, or knees on elbows, I am still actively pressing through my shoulders. So it's not a far stretch to go from here to here with that little lift off. And then that has great transference eventually when you're ready for it to pushing into a handstand push-up. So again, pattern is simple. Kicking up, having a full minute to play in a handstand. Full minute to play down here in the bottom of a squat. And this is just bringing a little bit of lower body mobility, strength. You can work on twists and so on. From there, that minute finishes. Now maybe do a wall-facing handstand. So again, find your safest position here. Test out your balance, test out your more vertical position now. Once that minute has elapsed, back in the squat or wherever you think that you need to stretch. If you need more hamstring action, Very easy to get into a forward fold. If you're working on, say, middle splits, kind of a modified horse stance to work on stretching out your hips, anything that works for you. That minute finishes, now you got minute 5. From there, maybe go for crow or even another handstand at the wall. So again, coming down for a minute of practice here. Again, that's just one example, one way that I structured it long ago when I was traveling a lot. But every day, 5 minutes, and suddenly my handstand improved after about 6 months. So you can do the same, right? The time's gonna pass anyway, you might as well spend it productively. Give it a shot for the next 3 months at least. Let me see how it goes.